Like the sky, spirit one with me. Your wings stand by the ocean, high and reckoning. Sliders of your motion can make confidence ring. Yet in all your might and glory, vanished from the sky. Just another story, man-made life. It fell how it fell from the sky.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Free American Hour. I'm your host, Clay Douglas. Now, folks, I've been in this for a long time. And I have been demonized probably more than anybody else. Well, things are heating up again. And I'm not sure exactly what the pinpoint is. I don't know quite where to point the finger. I don't know who to blame. I don't know. And you know, there's always the possibility out there that maybe I'm the one that's crazy here. Maybe I'm the one that just can't get along with anybody. Maybe I'm the one that rubs everybody the wrong way for telling the truth. On Blog TV today, we've had a lot of these, what we call trolls here. And keep in mind, I talked to the Vice President of Sons of Liberty Writers a few, 4 or 5 days ago. We were having some little conflict here, and the President of the Arizona chapter didn't want me to put a notice of my website. They called it self-promotion, and the reason was that I was trying to promote Donna Taylor, and by the way, we are doing that. Donna Taylor's situation: her son's been kidnapped by the state mental health people. He's been drugged. He's been held for a year, and I thought, well, here's a good time to see what the Sons of Liberty Writers is about, and I told them the story. I wrote the story on Donna Taylor for Veterans Today. I found the lawyer that is working for Donna Taylor right now. I found the lawyers, but her lawyer found a lawyer in Arizona to go that wasn't afraid to go up against the health people, and I started talking about it, had him on my show. Now, I believe Mark Taylor was picked up because he was on my show, and because these people, like, are typical on the chat room. Yeah, right. Ashkenazi are rich. We can afford a lot of hackers. Loser, you can't afford nothing. You are. This is the hackers that are on here. This I won't bother to go over and read you everything that they're saying. Your show won't start, stupid. And my show was screwed with. Something in Blog Talk or radio, it was very, very hard to get on this morning. But just coming on this morning, they were coming out of the wood. They're, like you said, they're coming out of the woodwork. Yeah, we are rich. We can afford a lot of hackers. Well, the same thing happened with Sons of Liberty. Now, I'm not going to. I didn't. I'm sorry that the Vice President, Haas, didn't show up today. I'm really sorry about that. And I understand what kind of pressure he was put under, and I'm going to explain that to you. Let me say something positive first about the Sons of Liberty. Let me give you their mission statement, which is why I joined them. Sons of Liberty is a political movement of riders and supporters. Riders organizing to support and defend this country. We believe freedom and liberty from more government intrusion, spending, and taxes. All people are created free and equal, unless, of course, your name's Clay Douglas. We are law-abiding citizens. We seek a peaceful solution in addition to welcoming members of any other organizations or affiliation. Sons of Liberty also welcomes non-riders and supporters. We are not a club. We have no club backpatch. Are non-territorial, not in the motorcycle club. All patriots welcome. We do not allow a post calling for illegal or violent activities. You're free to vent your frustrations and disapproval. You're free to disagree, debate, and take issues with other members. However, you agree to do this in a manner that is non-threatening. You will not be allowed to place yourself above the intentions of why this group was formed, which is a movement of patriots organizing to make a real change peacefully for conservative values and a return to the principles outlined in the Constitution of the United States. Took an oath to defend the Constitution. I totally agree with this. We are not affiliated or partnered with any other group. We welcome all like-minded patriots and groups who share our core values and intentions. Now, they have a specific platform that they subscribe to. Legislation shall contain no unrelated amendments. All legislation shall have a clearly delineated statement of scope, with no legislation shall be voted upon which contains amendments not specifically within the scope of the bill, no changing the real intent, and remove the words "and for other purposes." Require the bill to show where it gets its constitutional authority. The bill should be read before they can be voted on. This is another is the bills be posted on the web, as Obama promised, never happened, for a period of time prior to voting. Keep the language simple, concise, to the point. The limitation should not be applied to amendments, but to all provisions of the original bills. Earmark support should be outlawed. Must be in plain English. All legislation shall stand alone without reference to other legislation and shall be written in English at the high school level, 10th grade. Final draft of proposed legislation shall be made available for public review not less than 10 working days prior to vote. No bill or legislation shall be greater than 58.5 by 10 pages, typed in 12-point type, and shall provide the article or section of the Constitution providing for the legislation. I think this is an excellent idea. Presidential advisors, czars, shall have no regulatory authority. Legislation to restrict powers of unaccountable and unvetted presidential advisors are to the offering of advice alone. Regulatory authority shall exist only within the agencies under the direction of cabinet-level department and only with congressional approval. Executive branch should have zero policy-making regulatory authority. Congress shall not exempt themselves. Congress shall not write any provisions exempting members of Congress or persons holding in any other decree. And abolish the IRS. Implement the fair tax. Fair tax plan is a comprehensive proposal that replaces all federal income and payroll-based taxes with an integrated approach, including a progressive national retail sales tax, a probate to ensure no American pays federal taxes on spending up to the poverty level, dollar for dollar federal revenue replacement through companion legislation, the repeal of the 16th Amendment. Abolish the Department of Education. Audit the Federal Reserve. No lifetime salary or benefits for Congress representatives and senators are in Congress to serve the people. The people pay them a salary while they serve, which is more than the founders wanted to do. Once they are out of office, all compensation should stop. Interstate health insurance competition. Removing the competition from antitrust laws, removing the exemption from antitrust laws would also help rein in the insurance company, get rid of the regulations, open up the insurance company to compete fairly for our business. Interstate competition was permitted. Official language of the United States shall be English. Federal spending limitations, balanced budget amendment, hands off the internet, Second Amendment rights, enforce existing immigration laws, and dismantling of service apparatus, repeal of the Patriot Act, closure of all fusion centers operating as citizen data collection. I think this is a wonderful platform. It's something that the militias and everybody else ought to be doing. Ought to be pushing for this. And it says here, though, you are free to vent your frustrations and disapproval. You are free to disagree, debate, or take issues with other members. And however, you agree to do this in a manner that's non-threatening. Well, when I came up with the story of Donna Taylor, I posted it on the Sons of Liberty. I posted it. And I got a reaction. I got a reaction. One woman on this took offense with me. Clayton, the recounting of this is one-sided, I'm sure. If someone is mentally unstable, then they belong where they get. The mother made a statement, and she is one-sided? No. But hey, if this is something you want to fight for, then go for it. And for your information, I used to be an advocate for the mentally ill, and from my experience, if they were in a hospital, it was for a reason. This was commented by Sue Ash. Sue Ash. She is on SUEASHE. She is on AmericaLibertyRiders.ning.com. Profile/Sue Ash. Well, I wrote the story about Donna Taylor. I told her side of it. I tried to get both sides of it. I tried to talk to the hospitals. I tried to talk to the people. I tried to talk to Mark Taylor in the group home. I wasn't allowed. They stopped the parents from talking. The lawyer I had on, and I've got his whole video up, his whole interview up about the whole situation up on my website, and I sent people to the website. Well, they decided that wasn't a good thing. And when she said, I don't understand what this is all about. I said, what part of tyranny, greed, oppression don't you understand? She responded, oh, and please do not speak to me like I am a moron, okay, Clayton? Because you would be sadly mistaken. Again, everything you posted is from either your point of view or the mother's. No shit, Sherlock. For my taste, your blog and other things are far too radical. And yes, one-sided. To call someone being put into a hospital for depression or whatever, kidnapping, is a wee bit radical. However, that's your deal. Okay. I replied, her lawyer says the actions of the state medical facility is criminal. I put her statements and the lawyer's up. I was in the hospital for 4 months in a motorcycle accident and think that the $750 million hospital bill was a little bit excessive for the 3 broken ribs and the drugging and other attempts to sedate me were criminal also. I am just a reporter telling this story as I've been doing for 25 years. Obviously, you would prefer to find fault with my reporting of the incident than dare to believe our government and medical establishment might possibly be corrupt. Your statement that I am too radical makes it very obviously obvious you are too liberal for my taste. In my mind, refusing to look at the facts about what is going on around us does make you a moron. Okay. Let me go here. Okay, well, boys, they're just kicking people out left and right. One guy coming out here would, let's see, and here's some of the, oh, you're as good as dead, loser. You will die soon. English, my ass. You will die soon. And what else? What else we got? Just threats. Just threats. You will die soon, bitch. But this now, what is happening in this chat room right here? What is happening in this chat room is going on in real life, in real time, right here in Phoenix and Tucson. The medical establishment has held Mark Taylor for 12 months, and when I came on to to Sons of Liberty Riders to get their support, to have them maybe get up there and carry some signs and do some protests, this woman who said she's a health worker attacked me. Yeah, he'll come back. Willard, come on back. Yeah. Look, this is all happening. At any rate, this is happening right now. This woman attacked me. This woman, Sue Ash, didn't bother to read. Obviously, didn't check out everything. She said she was going to help. Here's her last word. Now, at this time, the president asked me, they told me, the president said, well, just don't do self-promotion. And stop this, Clay. Stop. And I said, okay, I'll stop. But Sue Ash didn't stop. So I see what I see. One-sided reporting of the issue. And by the way, you can go read the whole Columbine tragedy compounded, the story that ran on Veterans Today, 400,000 subscribers, and it ran there. Not one complaint, not one derogatory talk, but Sue Ash put this out. I hope I meet this bitch sometime. I see one-sided reporting of the issue. I guess you missed the part. I used to work as an advocate for people just like this man. Whatever. No, I'm not a liberal in the least, but I am two-dimensional and prefer to see both sides when you only present one. Did I call you a name? No, I did not. So don't call me either. Thank you so much. Show me the reports of the doctors and nurses so I can make an informed decision. Well, we'd love to see the reports of the doctors and nurses. We'd love to see what kind of drugs Mark Taylor's been fed for a year. We'd like to see what kind of what charges have been humped on him and put on the state when they made him a resident of the state of Arizona, and they did it through subterfuge. So we'd like to know that too. But they're not releasing any of that, and the lawyers are trying to get there. Show me the reports from the doctors and nurses, so then I can make an informed decision. And what the fuck does the dating reference have to do with anything? I did say, you don't ever have to worry about me asking you for a date. It does not. Just like you attacking another member's hair had nothing to do with this board and had everything to do with your overinflated ego. You presented no facts, only conjecture from the mothers and others closely related to her. Meaning being paid by her, meaning the lawyer. Hello, darling. I'm doing my show. What you doing? Huh? No, ma'am. It's 7 o'clock now because I'm on California time. Okay, bye bye. She says, I presented no facts, only conjecture from the mother and others being closely held to her, meaning her lawyer. I just took a break from something. I'm doing a charity ride, and I figured I would respond to your insults. Have a great day, okay? My response to that is accusing me of being a radical, is calling me a name. You also accused me of speaking to you as though you were a moron, which I never did, or said nothing that I would not say to any of our members. As far as being one-sided, I've called the facilities, tried to contact the people that run it, but they would not comment or return my calls. If you were an advocate, maybe you could be of some value to this family being torn apart. The mention of a date was merely humor, which failed because obviously you have no sense of humor. And you've always tried to find fault with me over anything I've ever said here. I have long hair and a beard, and all my friends do also. Accusing me of having an overinflated ego is your type of derogatory name calling. I think it's time for that to end. You first, honey. What the fuck? With the reference to of long hair and a beard. You think a woman who has been around bikers nearly all of her life that I don't encounter, date, and always have men that look like you? And what the fuck does that have to do with anything? I don't know. Doesn't have anything to do with it, except she brought it up. I don't like people. I don't not like people based on their looks. I base it on what I read as a woman, intelligent enough to read things clearly and gutsily enough to call bullshit when I see it. And let's get one thing straight here. Yes, I readily admit that I don't like you based on your blogs, but I also didn't like that you attacked people. And I didn't accuse you of having an overinflated ego. I merely stated my opinion of you based on what I read here on your blog. And a few times I've looked at it, learned the difference, okay? Just amazing that you've managed to attack and insult so many people on this board, and yet when someone has the guts to air their opinion of all this, leads to more attacks. Truly amazing and laughable at the same time. So now I will say to you one final thing, because you're now telling me I have no sense of humor when you don't even fucking know me, and I will remind you of the facts that our forefathers fought the right for me to tell you to go fuck yourself. This was the last word. I never responded to this because I promised the person that I wouldn't. But I did post the information on Veterans Today, the story on Veterans Today. My radio show is available on here. And I did say my updated story on Mark Taylor. And I did this with the permission of the guy that was supposed to be on my show. Haas said I could do this. The vice president said I could do this. And I gave the information on where they could hear the show. And I also said, you know, my show airs at 7 o'clock at a number of outlets on Free American. The show with Haas will air live, that would be today, and recorded at this link. And that link's still up, so you can hear the show. And the website of my guest is always included under the name of my guest, in this case, Sons of Liberty Rider. If you click on the name of my guest, you'll be able to listen to the show and save it to your default player. And the vice president wrote me and said, Clay, thanks for the update and for your support of our cause. I'm sure Arizona Sons of Liberty would love to hear that show. So if you share with us the best way and tune to time it, look forward to it. Gave that to him. Looking forward to the show, said Jumper, the vice president. And this was just a few days ago. And then yesterday, I got this from the president, Wendy Shops of Arizona. Dear Clayton, I'm sorry to have to do this, brother, but I've had so many complaints about you that I'm suspending you from the Arizona Sons of Liberty Rider chapter. While I appreciate your knowledge, my job is to monitor and happen what happens here in Arizona. You have had our conversation. You and I have had our conversation regarding the issue. It's unfortunate that what has happened has really gotten other members upset. This is really not an open-ended discussion I'm willing to have from this point on. I wish you all the best. I really do. Respectfully, Wendy. And I wrote to Haas yesterday and Tony, the president. I said, Haas, I still plan to do the show with you, as we've told everyone. I'd like to know the reasons for Wendy's decision. I have had no cross the roads with anyone in this group except Sue Ash when she attacked me because she thought my website was too radical. Wendy asked me not to respond to her, and I didn't. I was on your show last night to promote our interview. There was no problem there either. The whole thread of my discussion with Wendy and Sue Ash, I just shared with you folks. I was, let me know what all these complaints are about. Other than one uneventful, hassle-free meeting with about 12 members a few weeks ago, I've had no contact, words, or problems with any of this group other than those comments on this thread. If you can find one instant that I have attacked or insulted anyone, please let me know. Now, okay. My show is over forever. Oh boy. This is really interesting, man. We've got 23 people in the chat room, and more people on the chat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm just winging it, Roger. Yeah, just winging it. And incredible. This the attacks here are just incredible. We got people, yeah, this is really interesting. This is really interesting here. Folks, the attacks that, and this has happened before. This has happened before. Suddenly a rumor got started. And I was selling my book here to send money to a snitch. And so the same kind of attacks began. No one knows who they're coming from. No one knows who these people are. No one knows. And it's incredible here. It's really incredible that this whole Sons of Liberty movement here, which I would wholeheartedly endorse, got screwed up by one broad who happened to be in the mental health. So now we've had Paul Pantone on here. I've had Janet Phelan. And those people have all been attacked. Edgar Steele has been attacked. Had done nothing. And it's people like this trying to frame people, trying to stir up trouble, trying to make things happen. Bad things happen. Okay, let's see what else we got here. What else we got here? It's the spring breaks of the children are out being idiots. No, this is a coordinated attack, folks. This is a coordinated attack. And let's see what's happening. Okay, we got another chat room open, and got a few people in there. Welcome, guy. And I want to tell you, folks, we've my guest today didn't show up because of this whole discussion here. Yeah. There's a type of slander going on, Dr. D-Charge says. And you're right. Matter of fact, let's see if we got any calls.